Hi, and welcome back to our Saturday sampler, and this is block 3. So I'm going to show you the fabric cuts and which ones are which. I remember to tell you that this month. So we're going to do Morning Star first, which is your 12-inch block. And on your 12-inch block, you have your background as always 1. This will be 2. This will be 3. This will be 4. And this is number 5, your brown. We all have that in our first kit. So all the cuts are pretty much the same, except for on fabric 1. It says 4 2 7/8 square. Of course, I made them 3. You have enough in your kit for that because you have your cream at home. So go ahead and make those 3 inches and you cut them in half. So you're going to do that. And then number 2 is your 4.5. Number 3, I made all those the same size. You're going to make your rectangles here before we sew our corners. And your 4 corners that will be here and here. So those will go there. And fabric 4 is your teal. I kept those the same. Fabric 5, your brown. I made that a little bit bigger because I like to score down. You know how I am. I want perfect points. So we're going to sew these together. Your instructions are great. First, we're going to make this corner. So we're going to sew the cream to there and the cream to there. So you can just line it up with the edge, sew that down. Since we made these a little bit bigger, you're going to take your ruler and you're going to trim across here to make this a perfect 1/4 inch and a perfect straight line. You're going to sew your brown to that and you're going to trim this down to 4.5. Once that 4.5 is done, we're going to move on to the next cuts. So now we're going to work on these. Remember, you have a right, and a left. So when you line up your teal, you're going to sew this way, and then this side will be this way. We'll flip those up, trim those back. Then you're going to add your cream, and that's going to be the same direction as that one. So if you look here in your instructions, okay, and we're going to create these. So this one will look like this. This one will look like this, so that when we marry them up, we will have points. Okay? You lay that out like that, and then this will sew together, and that will also be 4.5. Then you can sew all of them together. Super simple block. Next, we have our Country Star. I'm going to work on that one next. Same fabrics. So this is 2, 3, and 4. On fabric 1, there's a 3 1/4 inch square that you cut in quarters. I made it a little bit bigger. Just for playroom, I made it 3 3/8. And then the 2 7/8, I made that a little bit bigger at 3, so I can have some cut down room. You know how I am. So fabric 2 is the same. Fabric 3 is a 2 7/8 inch square cut in half. I made it a little bigger. I made a 3 inch. So I like trimming things down. And number 4, I made it a little bit bigger, 3.5. So we're going to create our square first. So we're going to put those together, and this trims down to 2.5. Then next we're going to create this part here. Will go here. I dropped one. This will go here to create our squares. Okay, so that's going to go like that to create this. See how that'll be here? Okay, so to trim that down, you can trim this so that you have your perfect 1/4 inch, and this should measure at 3 3/8. Okay, make sure that does, because it needs to marry up with this 3 3/8 square. So you're going to have 2 of them you can sew to the edge. The other ones you'll have 2 of these sets. So you'll make this one, your background sew to there, and then this one sew to there to create this last corner, to create this. And then this one would go here once it's sewn together. Super simple block. Just be really careful with those 1/4 inch. Make sure your 1/4 inch is all lined up right. Okay, the next one is Broken Star. Broken Star is of fabric 1 is the 4.5 inch square cut in quarters. I went ahead and left that. There's 4 2 inch. All these cuts are the same except for on the green. fabric 3 2 3/4. I made it a little bit bigger. I actually went up to 3 on that just to help me out. And then on fabric 4 I did 3 on that too. Okay, then we're going to create our flying geese first, which are these. So I made my little flying geese, gave myself a 1/4 inch, and then this should measure 2 5/8 by 1 1/2. I wrote it here, so I would do all of them the same. The same next is going to be this one. With our corner square, we're going to add our teal so that when we sew them together, we'll get this. And our center square is 2 5/8. So all these have to measure 2 5/8 width. Okay, sew those together and you should be done with your month 3. But I wanted to tell you that we are going to offer a setting kit if you want to make this the 90 by 90, the bigger. We made the 4 blocks that you will have to add. So we'll have month 8, we will have those extra blocks and the extra background that you would need and the extra pink that you would need for more stars. And hopefully you'll be happy with that, and just let us know next time you pick up your kit and we'll get those kits ready for you. So hopefully you have a great day and have a quilty day.